If you are a green card holder, if you are in the process of applying for permanent residency, or if you are helping a family member navigate the immigration system, there is a very good chance you have seen some alarming headlines recently. Words like fee hikes, urgent, and 2026 deadline are appearing everywhere, and I understand why that might have caused your heart to beat a little faster. Money is a serious matter. Immigration is already expensive, and the idea that it could become even more costly is genuinely stressful. So, let me be very clear with you right from the start. My goal today is not to scare you. My goal is not to create panic. My goal is to sit with you, calmly and patiently, and explain exactly what is happening, who this affects, what you can do about it, and most importantly, what you do not need to worry about. I am here to give you clarity, not confusion, truth, not rumors. And by the end of this video, I want you to feel informed, prepared, and much more at peace. My name is Michael, and I have been following U.S. immigration news closely for many years. I create these videos because I believe everyone deserves to understand the systems that affect their lives. Whether you are a senior citizen who has been in this country for decades, a young professional waiting for your case to move forward, or a parent hoping to bring your children here, I want you to feel supported. So take a moment to breathe. We are going to go through this together. Before we continue, I want to remind you that I am not an immigration attorney. I am not a government official. I do not work for USCIS. Everything I share in this video is for educational and informational purposes only. If you have specific questions about your individual case, please consult a licensed immigration lawyer who can review your personal circumstances. What I offer here is a simplified explanation to help you understand the news. That is all. Now let us talk about what is actually happening with these fee changes. USCIS, which stands for United States Citizenship and Immigration Services, is the agency responsible for processing immigration applications. Every form you file, whether it is for a green card, naturalization, work authorization, or family sponsorship, comes with a filing fee. These fees help fund the agency's operations. And over time, these fees do change. Sometimes they go up, occasionally they go down. And every few years, USCIS proposes new fee schedules based on their operational costs, staffing needs, and workload demands. What the recent headlines are referring to is a proposed fee adjustment that could take effect in 2026. This is not a sudden, unexpected announcement. Fee reviews happen regularly. The agency is required to evaluate its costs and adjust fees to ensure it can continue processing applications. This is part of normal government operations. It is not a crisis. It is not an emergency. It is a scheduled review that happens in cycles. Now, let me explain who this could affect and who it probably does not affect. If you are currently holding a green card and you are simply living your life, working, paying taxes, and following the law, the fee changes do not automatically impact you in any immediate way. If you already have your green card and you are not filing any new applications, you do not owe anyone any new fees right now. The fee hikes being discussed would apply to future applications. They apply when someone submits a form after the new fee schedule goes into effect. For those of you who are planning to apply for naturalization, renew your green card, or file other applications sometime in 2026 or later, this information is relevant to you. It means that the cost of those applications may be higher than what you see listed today. And that is something worth knowing in advance so you can plan accordingly. Let me give you a realistic example. Right now, the filing fee for naturalization, which is the Form N-400, is several $100s. If the new fee schedule increases that amount, you would pay the higher fee only if you submit your application after the change takes effect. If you file before the new fees are implemented, you pay the current rate. That is how it works. It is not retroactive. It does not apply to applications already submitted. It only applies going forward. For green card renewals, which use Form I-90, the same logic applies. The current fee is one amount. The proposed fee may be higher. If you file before the change, you pay the current fee. If you file after, you pay the new one. This is important to understand because it gives you time to make decisions. Now let me address some of the myths and misunderstandings I have seen circulating. Some people believe that these fee hikes are designed to punish immigrants or discourage people from applying. That is not accurate. Fee adjustments are based on operational costs. USCIS does not receive tax funding the way many other government agencies do. It is primarily funded by the fees it collects. When costs go up, fees go up. That is the structure. It is not personal. It is not political in the way many headlines suggest. Another myth is that all fees are increasing dramatically. That is also not entirely true. Some fees may go up, some may go up only slightly, and some may even decrease or be restructured. Until the final rule is published, we do not know the exact amounts. What we have now are proposals, and proposals can change based on public comments and other factors. There is also a misunderstanding that fee waivers are disappearing. As of now, USCIS still offers fee waivers for certain applications. If you meet specific income requirements or receive certain government benefits, you may qualify to have your fees reduced or waived entirely. This is especially important for seniors, families with limited income, and individuals facing financial hardship. The availability of fee waivers can change with new rules, but they have been part of the system for a long time and are not simply going away overnight. Let me take a moment to talk about some important distinctions that often get confused in these discussions. If you are a naturalized citizen, meaning you went through the citizenship process and took the oath, you are a U.S. citizen. You are not affected by green card fee changes in terms of your own status. Your citizenship is secure. These fee changes relate to applications, not to the validity of status you have already obtained. Please do not let anyone tell you that your citizenship is somehow at risk because of fee adjustments. That is not how this works. If you are a green card holder who has not yet applied for citizenship, you are still a lawful permanent resident. Your green card does not expire just because fees are changing. Your status is based on your card's validity and your compliance with residency requirements, not on USCIS fees. If your green card is expiring soon and you are worried about renewal costs, you have time to plan. These changes are not happening tomorrow. If you are someone waiting for approval on an application you already submitted, the fees you paid at the time of filing are the fees that apply to your case. You do not owe additional money just because new fees are announced. Your case is locked in at the rate you paid. So please do not worry that you suddenly owe more money. You do not. Now let us talk about what you should do and what you should not panic about. If you are already planning to file an application in the next year or two, it may be worth considering whether to file sooner rather than later to lock in current fees. This is not urgent. This is not a reason to rush through paperwork carelessly. But if you are on the fence about timing, it is a factor to consider. If you are not planning to file anything soon, there is no action you need to take right now. Simply being aware of these changes is enough. You do not need to make any emergency decisions. For those of you who are concerned about affording future fees, I encourage you to look into fee waiver eligibility. USCIS has a form called the I-912, which is the request for fee waiver. If you qualify, you may be able to have some or all of your fees waived. This is a legitimate option that many people do not know about. And if you feel uncertain about your situation, this is a good time to consult with an immigration attorney. Not because something is wrong, but because professional guidance can help you make informed decisions. There is no shame in asking for help. In fact, it is wise. Let me now share some context about the current state of immigration processing. Right now, USCIS is dealing with significant backlogs. Wait times for many applications are longer than they have been in years. This is due to a combination of factors including pandemic-related delays, increased application volumes, and staffing challenges. If you have been waiting a long time for a response, you are not alone. Millions of people are in the same situation. Green card applicants are waiting. Naturalization applicants are waiting. Family visa petitioners are waiting. Employment-based applicants are waiting. Everyone is waiting longer than they would like. This is frustrating. It is exhausting. And it is completely understandable if you feel anxious about it. But I want you to know that silence from USCIS does not mean something is wrong. In many cases, silence simply means your case is in the queue. It is being processed in the order it was received. Unless you receive a specific notice asking for more information or denying your case, there is often no cause for alarm. Waiting is hard, but it is part of the process. The fee changes being discussed do not mean processing times will suddenly improve or get worse. Fees and processing times are related in some ways, but they are not the same thing. Higher fees do not guarantee faster service, and current fees do not mean slower service. These are separate aspects of the system. I want to take a moment now to speak to your heart, not just your mind. I know that immigration is not just paperwork. It is your life. It is your family. It is your future. Every form you fill out, every fee you pay, every month you wait represents a piece of your dream. And when you see scary headlines about fee hikes or policy changes, it can feel like the ground is shifting beneath you. Please know that your feelings are valid. It is okay to feel stressed. It is okay to feel frustrated. It is okay to feel overwhelmed sometimes. But I want to remind you that the immigration system, as slow and complicated as it is, does have structure. There are rules. There are processes. There are protections. Things do not change overnight without notice. You have time to prepare, to plan, and to respond. You are not alone in this journey. Millions of people have walked this path before you. Millions are walking it right now. And while the system is imperfect, people do get through it. Green cards are issued every day. Citizenship ceremonies happen every week. Families are reunited. Dreams are realized. That is the reality, even when the headlines make it seem like everything is falling apart. Let me now summarize what we have covered today. USCIS is proposing fee adjustments that could take effect in 2026. This is part of a regular review process, not an emergency. The changes apply to future applications, not to status you already have or applications already submitted. Some fees may increase, some may stay similar, and the exact amounts are not finalized yet. Fee waivers remain an option for those who qualify. There is no need to panic or make rushed decisions. Planning ahead is wise, but urgency is not required today. The immigration system is structured and slow. That slowness can be frustrating, but it also means changes do not happen suddenly. You have time, you have options, and you have resources to help you navigate this. I encourage you to stay informed, but to be careful about where you get your information. Not every headline is accurate. Not every social media post tells the whole story. Look for reliable sources. Listen to explanations, not just alarming claims. And remember that understanding the system is one of the most powerful tools you have. If this video helped you feel a little calmer, a little more informed, or a little more prepared, I am glad. That is exactly why I create these videos. If you have questions, or if there is a topic you would like me to explain in a future video, please feel free to leave a comment below. I read as many as I can, and I appreciate hearing from you. Thank you for spending this time with me today. Thank you for trusting me to walk through this information with you. Whatever stage of the immigration process you are in, I wish you patience, clarity, and peace of mind. You are doing the right things. You are staying informed, and that matters more than you might realize. Take care of yourself. Stay calm, and I will see you in the next video.